American comic books are pretty notorious for being pretty much made for heterosexual teenage boys. And the 90s were especially bad about this, considering that every comic was more or less guns and muscles and girls and manliness. But I really want a piece of that sweet YouTube search algorithm stuff, so I am going to pander super hardcore today. But I also want to take a page out of my good buddy Jay Witz's book. So today, let's take a look at the top 10 hottest girls in comics, in no particular order. My personal taste. Let's begin. Let's start this list off right with one of the most iconic girls in all of comics, Kara Zor-El, aka Supergirl. So when you think of Kryptonians, what are the powers that come to mind? Super strength, flight, super breath, and of course, heat vision. Now that's hot. Oh, and where does she get her powers from? The sun! If that wasn't hot enough, Supergirl was once a member of the Red Lantern Corps. And if you didn't already know, one of their defining traits is that a Red Lantern's blood is replaced with burning, hot napalm. Feel the heat. So, yeah, a lot of y'all probably didn't know that there was actually a female Ghost Rider for a little while. Alejandra Jones took over for Johnny Blaze for a time, opting to rid the world of sin with a surplus of firepower. Outside of being able to generate blazing hot hellfire on a whim, Alejandra can create fiery weapons, including scythes, chains, and even freaking fire nunchucks. Not only that, but her motorcycle is constantly engulfed in flames and leaves a smoldering trail wherever she goes. After a short run and a fight with the demon Mephisto in Hell, Johnny went on back to being Ghost Rider and left Alejandra with a new form. At least her head is still on fire. As a member of the Bureau for Paranormal Research and Defense, Liz Sherman is a prominent character of the Hellboy series. Liz was born with some serious firepower and accidentally burned down an entire city block. She's a complete and total badass in the field, and best friends with a colossal demon from hell. That's pretty damn hot. Oh, hey, speaking of hell, Lady Blaze is the daughter of the wizard Shazam, and honestly played an unimportant or background role in comics for decades, but came back into the spotlight for a miniseries called Reign in Hell. And holy crap, that is night and day. If the name Blaze and her magic wasn't spicy enough, she worked to help her brother Satanus take over all of hell, which I'm pretty sure is like the hottest place imaginable. But wait, she managed to scheme her way into stealing the throne right from under her brother's feet, ruling hell for a few years before the New 52 came along and ruined it. Now this one's been a fan favorite since kids all over the world were exposed to her through the Teen Titans cartoon series. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Coriander, better known as Starfire. Her trademark starbolts are made of pure solar energy, and that's pretty hot, I guess. But there's girls all over this list that can fire energy, so we need something a bit unique that can really heat things up. Well, many of you guys might not know this if you just watched the cartoon, but Starfire's hair is frequently on fire! It's pretty lit, fam. So, hey, do you like Starfire? Well, then just flip that name around and you have a completely unrelated character, but it was just a funny observation. Hey look, it's Firestar. I hear she has some pretty amazing friends. Funnily enough, Firestar actually debuted in that cartoon series 4 whole years before being introduced into the comics. But what makes her so hot? Well, she controls freaking microwave energy! Have you ever heated up lunch for way too long in a microwave and taken a bite? That shit's hot. But like, there's always one part of the meal that's still like, ice cold. That's not hot. Next character. This hottie hails from Valiant Comics. Charlene Dupree, better known as Flamingo, is a stripper from New Orleans who grew up fascinated with flames. When her powers were activated by a psionic kid named Peter, things were a bit explosive. Oh, that's not what I was talking about. She totally burned her abusive boyfriend's balls off. Look, if I'm going to be completely honest, I was literally Googling characters with the power of pyrokinesis when I found Flamingo and the Harbinger comic. It's actually a super awesome series that I wholeheartedly recommend. No joke here, just moving on. Alright, so get this. Amara Aquila is essentially royalty of a long-lost secret colony of the Roman Empire in Brazil, of all places. She later joined one of the least popular X-Men teams of all time, the New Mutants, taking up the code name of Magma. That name should be pretty obvious. Move over, Katniss, because this girl is on fire! She's able to control raw flames and even magma itself. Heck, she even has a magma form, which has to be pretty damn hot. But of course, I'm sure there's a much more well-known member of the X-Men that you want me to talk about, so let's switch over. Jean Grey is hands down one of the most iconic characters in the X-Men's large roster, but that's why she's not on this list. Mind reading and telekinesis? Who cares about that? Nah, this girl is the most iconic host of the powerful Phoenix Force. This colossal firebird is life itself, and grants its host some of the most impossible feats of pyrokinesis in all of comics. Like Mario, these cosmic flames can be cast in water and even in the cold vacuum of space. Hell, Jean's even made a star go supernova! Get in her way and she won't hesitate to burn you to a crisp. Well, except for the fact that she's kind of dead. Finally, our number one is a beautiful and well-respected member of the superhero community. And you know, Brazilian. Beatriz da Costa is better known by a simple, elegant, and totally accurate alias. Fire! This woman is more fire than the dopest of mixtapes, and puts off a brilliant green flame. She's a frequent member of the Just League International alongside her best friend, the frigid Tora Olafsson, better known as Ice. With Ice dropping the temperature by her side, fire only seems hotter by comparison.
So yeah, that was the top 10 hottest girls in comics. And before you guys go all crazy in the comments about, OMG, this is clickbait, that's not actually true. The title and the thumbnail are completely accurate to what the video is about, so I'm good on that regard. But if you like this video, then I would consider watching another one of my videos. They're usually not so trolly, and they're usually a lot better quality in general, but I just needed to pander a little bit to get some views in, and hopefully spark interest in my better produced, more informative content. So if you like it, cool. I hope to see you on another video soon. Okay, bye.